All right. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome, welcome. I'm going to make sure, let me do a quick sound check here. And y'all let me know if you can hear. Just start hearing. Perfect. Thank you. I was just saying that I've been out quite a bit lately, and there's been a lot of events, a lot of things happening. And so it's good to kind of settle back and be with you all today. I'm excited to do a little yoga, and hopefully we can start our Friday or get into our weekend on a positive note, kind of do a little bit of centering. So let's begin our practice today in a standing position. I usually start us in seated or lay on our backs, but we're going to start a little bit with higher energy today, and then I want to bring it down and we'll get into recovery. So as you come into mountain pose, go ahead and just bring your attention to your feet and just start to feel your feet on the floor. If you can, take off your socks and shoes and feel the support of the ground underneath you, and then start to shift your weight from the front of your foot, from the ball of your foot and your toes to the back toward your heels. And if you will, just turn your palms so that they're facing the front of the room. That's going to help us to externally rotate the shoulders, because your shoulders have been like this all day. Let's open that back up, shift forward and back. Now let's shift our weight from the left foot, just lift the right foot off the floor and over to the right. Literally grounding ourselves, feeling our feet touch the surface of the floor. And then release both feet to the floor and see if you can find stillness through the feet. If you are comfortable closing your eyes in this position, go ahead and close them. If you're not, just find a still, steady spot to focus on. Notice where you might be clenching, scan your body, and see if you can release some tension from the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the hips. Even though you're standing and you do require some muscular energy to do that, we can probably release some tension from certain parts of the body that aren't necessarily needed right now. Bring your attention to your breath. Feel your belly rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. Take a couple more breaths here. Think about why you showed up to your mat today. It's not always easy. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for spending this time working on yourself and being in this great little yoga community that we've created. Go ahead and open your eyes. Let's start to lift our arms up over the top of the head, and then exhale, release your hands down next to your sides. Stretch all the way out to your fingertips as you raise your arms up, and then lower them. Really syncing each movement with your breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's deep breath in. On our next out breath, go ahead and fold forward. Let your head release down toward the floor. You can crisscross your arms here and just let your upper body sort of dangle like a rag doll. You can bring your belly toward your thighs and just bend your knees as much as you need to. And then from here, we'll bring our hands to the tops of the thighs. We're going to lift halfway, extend your spine, look forward, think back extension here. So some of you may be able to straighten your legs here. Some of you might need your knees to be bent. So take the option that's going to work best for you today. Go ahead and release and fold one more time, and then reverse your swan dive, rise to stand. From here, exhale, come down halfway, bring your hands down halfway, cactus your arms. Inhale, raise them up. And then from here, we're going to interlace the hands behind the back of your head. Lift your heart toward the ceiling, and then open up. Take your elbows out of your peripheral vision if you can. And really open up through the chest. Lift the heart toward the ceiling. Squeeze the muscles on the back in order to do this. Good. Then come back to center. Release. Let your hands come down next to your sides. Inhale, raise them up. Good. Exhale, swan dive down, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend your spine. Good. Then from here, we're going to add a chair pose. You're going to sit back like you're sitting in a chair, and then raise your arms up over the top of the head. Go ahead and interlace your hands. Bring your hands behind the back of your head, and then we're going to raise up into that nice back extension chest opener. Release. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, swan dive down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your spine. Good. Exhale, sit your hips back, find your chair pose. Interlace the hands behind the back of the head, rise up. Lift the heart toward the ceiling. Take a breath. Release. Let's take that one more time. Inhale. Good. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, raise them up. Exhale, we swan dive down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine. Good. Sit your hips back. We're not maybe syncing our breath perfectly with every movement, but the goal is to not hold the breath here. Continuing to breathe and paying attention to the breath. Good, release. Hands down next to your sides. Let's raise the arms up. Go ahead and swan dive all the way down. Bring your hands next to your feet. You can step your feet to the front of the mat if you're not there already. And then we're gonna step back with the right foot. Go ahead and drop your right knee to the mat. Come into your low lunge position. Good, then from here, we're gonna exhale, release the hands down. Bring your knees next to each other. Take a breath. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, we're gonna rise up for a little cobra pose. Tuck the toes. Use your knees if you need to. Press all the way back. We're gonna land in our downward facing dog. Maybe your first downward dog of the day. It's my first downward dog of the day. Spend some time here pedaling out your feet. I think of downward dog kind of like a home base pose. We come here quite a bit in our yoga practice. It's a good opportunity to check in and notice subtle differences as you move through your practice. From here, we're going to bring our right foot to the top of the mat. So you may want to lift it up and then swing it through or just step it through. Go ahead and drop your left knee to the mat, rise up, low lunge. On the other side, take a breath. And then from here, we'll release the hands to the mat. Step your left foot next to the right foot. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend the spine. Good. Sit your hips back. Come into your chair pose. Hands come behind the head. Lift and open. And exhale. Release your hands down next to your sides. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Inhale, raise them high. Exhale, dive down, folding forward. Take your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your back knee to the floor. Rise up, low lunge. Shift your hips forward. Take a breath. Release the hands. Then bring the knees next to each other. Lower down all the way to the belly. Inhale. Cobra pose. This time, bring the feet together, big toes together, and then lift your hands off the mat. Feel the strength of your back. And then if you want to make this a little more intense, reach your arms up. And then exhale. Let's take a couple of cactus arm poses here. Inhale, raise them up. Exhale. Good. Superhuman. Take one more. Exhale. Bring them down. Tuck your toes. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale. Let it go. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Drop your knee to the floor. Rise up. Low lunge. Shifting your hips toward the front of the mat and then release your hands down. Stepping your right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, sit back in that chair pose. Hands are going to come behind the head. Inhale, lift, open the heart. Stretch the chest and release. Let your hands lower. All right, let's add on, right? The arms up high. Exhale. Oh, cactus arms. Inhale, raise them up. Exhale, swan dive down, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, extend your spine. Exhale, release, fold. Take your right foot to the back of the mat. This time we're not going to drop the knee to the floor. We'll rise up into a high lunge, shifting your weight forward. We're going to stay here and just settle into the pose a little bit. Remember last week, if you were with me last week, we talked about actually hips to ribs by bringing your fingertips, your index finger to the top of your hip bone and your thumb to the bottom of your rib cage, and bringing your finger toward your thumb, like we're making that space a little shorter, really tucking your hip toward your ribs. Hold that and then bring your hands back up to extension. All right, now let's bring our hands behind the back of the head. Lift your elbows toward the ceiling. Press your head into your hands and your hands into your head. And when you're ready, release. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach your right arm across the midline of the body. And then from here, we're going to release the right hand to the floor, twist and rotate through the spine toward the left. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. All right, let's go ahead and lower our right knee to the mat. We're going to work through some side plank postures here. All kinds of options with these poses. So you can bring your right hand to the floor, right knee to the floor. We can step open and just leave that knee in a supportive position, like a kickstand. Now, if you want to take this into a little bit more high intense, you can stack your feet one in front of the other. So you've got more stability here. You want to make it a little less stable, stack one foot on top of the other. You want to make this more challenging, you can try tree pose. You can lift that leg up. Take a variation that's going to challenge you and help support building strength in your shoulder girdle. Take one more breath. Release your left hand to the mat. Take a breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose. On your exhale, we're going to press back, downward facing dog. Bringing the right foot through, stepping that right foot to the front of the mat. When you're ready, let's rise up into our high lunge on the other side. Moving through that sequence, bring your hands to the hips and the ribs. So your index finger at the top of your iliac crest, top of that hip bone, and then your thumb at the lower part of your rib cage. Tuck your tailbone under just enough to feel the opening through this left hip flexor. Hold on. Bring your hands up over the top of the head. Continue that hips to ribs engagement. Then let's bring our hands behind the head. Lift the head, lift the gaze toward the ceiling. Press your hands into the head and the head into the hands. Dynamic tension, go ahead and release. And then from here, we're going to bring the left hand to the mat, twist and rotate open to the right. And then dropping our left knee to the mat, moving into our side plank variation. You can step your right foot, hold. If this feels challenging, this is where we want to stay. If it does not feel challenging, then take it up a notch so that you're creating a little bit of struggle, right? So we want to create that just slight bit of discomfort. That's where we know we're growing. Find that place. Take one more breath. Release the right hand. Good. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, we're going to rise up. And then go ahead and press back. Just take a child's pose here. Rock your hips. Bring your hips toward your heels. You can stack your head on top of your fists, or you can double stack your fists. Bring your head to the top of your hands. Or you can lay all the way down on the mat. We've really started this class with some flow practice. Maybe you feel your heart rate has increased a little bit as we move through some of these more challenging postures. Now just let the heart rate start to come down. Feel that recovery. We're going to take the second half of class working through balance. We're going to do some balancing poses. And then we're going to do some nice deep flexibility work today. Go ahead and walk your hands back out. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Make your way into your downward facing dog. Go ahead and step your feet one at a time to the top of the mat. Making your way into your forward fold. You can take a ragdoll posture here. Crisscross your arms, let your head hang heavy. Notice how this pose feels now as compared to the first one you did when we started class. Well, if you're feeling a little bit more expansive through the hamstrings, a little more open through the chest, press down into the feet. Let's rise all the way up to take a stand. All right, release your hands down. From here, I want to work on shifting our weight into the toes. So just starting to shift your weight into the toes, both feet, and then starting to hinge from the hips a little bit here. So run the toes. No, normally, I mean, if you need something to hold on to support, that's totally fine. Normally, you're going to fall back to your heels and not on your face. So but be careful as you move into this pose. And I want you just to release your arms out to the side. The palms are facing the ground here. And even though we're on both feet, this is requiring quite a bit of balance and stability work, because we're shifting our perspective. We're shifting our weight in this pose. Take one more breath and release your hips back. Come into chair pose. Then from our chair pose, we're going to take our right foot and cross it over the left, moving into a balancing chair. We're going to sync some postures together here. You can sit back. You can bring your hands to your thigh, hips, whatever you need. Hold on to something if you need it. And then from here, we're going to rise up, extend your front leg out, and then bend it and swing it through for warrior three. A nice balancing sequence, just stringing together some balancing postures that we typically do, but maybe not all together. Take a breath, and we'll release that right foot to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, shift your weight to the toes, to the front of your feet, to the balls of your feet, and then fold into that standing balancing pose. Take another couple breaths here. You can get super stable in that position, and then we'll sit our hips back. Come into chair pose, crossing your left foot over, making your way into that figure four on the other side. Doesn't matter which side as long as you're doing both of them. So you did your right foot first or your left foot first, that's fine. Just make sure you're getting both sides so we're nice and even. Then from here, we're going to rise up, start to straighten that leg. Extend your left leg, or whichever one you have bent, and then swing all the way through. Extend, release your arms out. One of my favorite teachers used to say, fly like an angel. I think about him every time I do this pose. Take one more breath. Exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale, arms rise up. Let's take a sumo squat. Bring your hands to your heart center. You can come into a prayer pose here or a warrior grip, whatever feels more appropriate. We're going to drop down, hips toward the floor. Elbows are coming to the inner thighs, just shifting our weight side to side. Now, if your knees or your ankles do not allow you to go so deep into this pose, come out of it, and you're just going to take a higher variation where we don't have so much bend in the ankles or the knees or the hips, all right? So take whatever you need. Come into that pose. It's going to help open you up, but will not cause any damage. All right, let's go ahead and bring the hands back to the mat. Lift your hips back toward the ceiling. Heel toe your feet quite a bit wider, and so that you're in sort of a straddle stance. And then from this straddle stance, I want you just to bend one knee. I don't care which one. Just bend one knee. Starting to feel expansion opening through the inner thigh. You can walk your hands out to make that more intense. Walk your hands back in, create more support. If you need it, go ahead and shift. Bring the weight into the opposite foot, bend the other knee. Take a couple breaths here. And then let's bring it back to center. Walking your hands so that they're right underneath the face. Let's bring our right hand to the floor, twist and rotate to the left. Letting your right hip just fall, kind of collapse toward the floor. Getting into the hips a little bit here. Now bring the left hand to the floor, twist, rotate, open it up. And then release that hand back to the floor. So we let the hips dip on that first variation. Now we're gonna make the hips stable. So I want you to push down into your feet and think about spreading the mat with your feet. So you're starting to feel this engagement of the hips, of the glutes. Bring your hand to the mat. Don't let your hip drop and rotate. Now, I know you're not gonna get as deep into that rotation, but now you're gonna feel the rotation more in your spine and the strength and stability of those muscles that support the spine. Take one more breath. Release, let that go. Same thing, hold that strength, and then twist and open. Good. Resist the dipping of the hip. Like that song, you dip, you dip, you dip. Take another breath, exhale. Release. Go ahead and walk your hands back to the front of the mat, stepping your feet to the back of the mat, finding downward facing dog. All right, let's lift our right foot up. We're gonna bring the right foot to the top of the mat and then just drop the back knee to the floor. All right, so from here, you can come down onto your forearms, you can use a block, or you can stay up on your hands. This is intense. This is an intense hip opener. So again, find that place where you're gonna be challenged, but you're not in pain. I didn't bring my blocks this class. I'm gonna use a pillow here. Just prop myself up on that. Keep pulling your knee toward the midline. You can walk your foot out a little more if you need some more space. And now, if you wanna take this a little bit further and add a quad stretch, you can bend your left leg, maybe reach your hand around, grab that left foot with your hand. If it's so far away, you're like, I'm never gonna grab my foot today, then you can also use a strap. So I have this as a little string here. You could strap something around your foot and use that to help pull you in a little bit. Yeah, take a couple breaths here. And when you're ready, release if you have the bind. Good, and then shift your hips toward the back of the mat. Let's walk our right foot out for our deep hamstring opener. And if your hamstrings are super tight, do not expect that leg to be extended all the way. Put your toes up toward the ceiling, lengthen through the spine, and then fold. It was really wonderful this week. I got to teach a resiliency train the trainer down at the Capitol Complex. And we had 3 days with a group of incredible people. And we added yoga every single day. We did like 15, 20 minutes of yoga in these sessions. Go ahead and bring your knees together. Let's take a child's pose. And then from our child's pose, let's walk our hands to the right side of the mat, push your hips in the opposite direction. And I had people in this class that said, I feel like I haven't felt this good in so long. Like I don't have pain in my back. And I normally am always feeling pain in my back. And it's just a little bit of movement, a little bit of opening the chest, a little bit of strengthening the back. Go ahead and walk your hands over to the other side. Can make such a huge impact. Go ahead and walk your hands back to the center of the mat. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's take that lizard pose on the left side. Step your left foot forward, drop your back knee to the floor. Find your deep hip opening option, whatever option you want to take. It's not always easy to show up, especially on a Friday afternoon. So for those of you who continue to show up week after week, y'all are amazing. Thank you for practicing with me. It's so wonderful to get to teach these classes, to support you all in whatever way I can. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more deep breath. And then let's bend that back leg. See if you can swing your hand around, maybe grab your foot, add your quad stretch. Even if you're just bending the knee, if you can't reach your foot, you're going to stretch your quads. So don't worry about it. Trying to let go of any expectations of here's where I should be, right? Let's let go of the shoulding. Someone said this week, we can should all over ourselves. It's not going to be very helpful. Go ahead and release. Let that go. Let's rise up. Extend your front leg. Fold over it. Extend and fold. Extend through the spine. Fold deeply. Let's take a couple more breaths here. One last deep breath in. And we exhale, let it go. All right. Go ahead and bring your knees together. Shift your hips back. Come into your child's pose. One last time. When you're ready, let's rise on up. Swing your legs out and around. Scooch yourself on your mat so that when you lay down, you will actually be on your mat. And then from here, we're going to lower ourselves. Intentional lowering with the strength of our core. We'll take a couple of core strengthening opportunities here. All of this is optional. If you're just ready to rest, that's fine too. If you want to take a little bit of core work with me, go ahead and lift your chest and head off the floor. Lift your feet off the floor. Hold. Take 5, 4, 3. Keep lifting. 2 and 1. Release. Let it go. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze it in. Feel that strength of your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Extend all the way out. Come into recovery. I'm guessing you probably all worked very hard all week. And as we transition to the last part of the last day of the week, I hope you can let your mind and body be at peace. Your palms roll up to face the ceiling. Just unplugging a little bit. Getting away from the technology, the news, the social media. Taking some time just to breathe. Be present. Feeling your body just relax and sink down toward the mat. Feeling the ground support you. Scanning your body, noticing where you're clenching. Just asking yourself, could I let go a little bit in some of these areas? Bringing attention and awareness back to the breath. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly. Subtle movements. Always there. Like an anchor, you can always come back to the breath. When the world is spinning out of control, we keep breathing. Bring your attention, bring your awareness to your hands. Notice what you feel in that space. Tingly, relax. Or are you clenching? Keeping in mind the choice. We allow that choice. We notice. From here, let's take our time making our way into a side lying position. If you can stay here a little longer, highly recommend it. But if you are going to end this class with me, we're going to make our way to a side lying position. Breathing off from there, we come up and have a seat. Let's take a couple of breaths to round out our class. Go ahead and roll your shoulders up and down and back. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go a big sigh. 2 more breaths, just like that. Inhale. Let someone hear you breathe. Exhale. One last breath. Inhale. thank you so much for spending this time with me. And thank you for taking time out for yourself. So important. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will be back for Motivation Monday with Jewel. So hopefully some of you will that class with us, and we will keep going.